and he talked about it. He said, I don't want to do an exhibition against Floyd Mayweather. He said, I'm only doing real fights. Now, of course, I can't get up high in weight, but I'll fight him in a real fight at the weight that I'm at.
Floyd Mayweather has made headlines again by calling out Terence Crawford, urging him to ditch his fight with Canelo Alvarez and face him instead. However, this would likely be nothing more than an exhibition bout, something Mayweather himself may not fully acknowledge. For Crawford, the fight adds no value to his legacy, does nothing to enhance his already stellar record, and has no impact on his path to the International Boxing Hall of Fame. At best, it's just a fast and effortless way for the former undisputed welterweight champion to cash in.
One thing I like about it, one thing I do like about it, he's selling it. He's selling it, and he's making good money, and he's entertaining. I like it.
Is he, and Floyd?
Bro, keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boss, keep it real.
I'm never that.
Floyd Mayweather believes a fight with Terence Crawford would be more lucrative than Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. His goal seems to be settling the debate over who is the better fighter, as Crawford's record closely mirrors his own. While the fight could happen, it's unlikely right now. Crawford is still chasing greatness, and he worked too hard to land the Canelo fight to give it up.
Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him.
Many boxing fans have compared Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford but still recognize Mayweather's undefeated legacy. Crawford himself respects Mayweather, and when asked about their similarities, he had nothing but praise. He acknowledged Floyd's greatness and even called him the king.
Hit, not get hit, to make the adjustments that he's made to certain fighters. You know,
the pound for pound top fighter in boxing right now is Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford, I just truly believe he doesn't have to be under my company for me to give a guy props. I'm not like that. You know, if he's ever free.
Crawford went on to say that while they share some similarities, they also have key differences, mainly that he takes more risks in the ring. He noted that early in his career, he was also more aggressive. However, he believes it depends on which version of Mayweather it is being discussed. Money Mayweather or Pretty Boy Floyd. The latter was a relentless aggressor, but as Mayweather moved up in weight and dealt with hand injuries, he had to adapt his style to face bigger opponents.
Both boxers, I think, I take more chances, right now, but earlier in his career, he was taking a lot of chances as well. So,
As Crawford pointed out, he and Mayweather share many similarities. However, fans and analysts have often debated who the better fighter is, with a recent source favoring Crawford in a head-to-head matchup. Still, when it comes to pure boxing skill, few have displayed the mastery of the sweet science quite like Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Depends on which Floyd Mayweather you talk about. Do you talk about money or do you talk about Pretty Boy? Because Pretty Boy was the seek and destroy.
When you want to go to any company, if he's a free agent, I would love to work with him if he's free. Because I know that what I can do to take him to that next level. Because with Jim Sam, raw talent, hell of a fighter. There's a lot of hell of a fighters out.
Mayweather's sharp jab, precise timing, and exceptional counterpunching allowed him to dismantle a long list of opponents. He maintained this dominance across both phases of his career, adapting his style while remaining nearly untouchable in the ring. Crawford noted that Pretty Boy Floyd was aggressive, while Money Mayweather relied on skill and strategy. Both styles built his legacy. Likewise, fans are still amazed by Crawford's dominant win over Spence.
Very home. Defensive work.
Pernell with it.
Chin.
Crawford showcased supreme boxing skill against Spence, whether it was his power jab breaking through the guard, his precision in exchanges, or the flawless timing of his counters. It wasn't the first time, but never before against an opponent of Spence's caliber. When it comes to pure boxing ability, Mayweather is in a class of his own, yet Crawford's style is uniquely effective, explosive in its own right. If Crawford in his prime faced Mayweather at his best, how would their styles clash? Who would establish the jab first? Who would be the sharper counterpuncher?
Footwork.
This matchup could go either way, making it fair to call it a draw. Mayweather mastered the art of breaking opponents down with his ring IQ, earning an undefeated 5-division championship legacy. Crawford, a 2-division undisputed champion, has shown his own brilliance in the ring. While Mayweather had elite hand speed, Crawford's sharp angles and explosive delivery might give him the edge.
IQ. Legacy.
It's more than one.
Mayweather had 27 knockouts and 50 wins, while Crawford has 31-40 and is still active. Crawford's dominant TKO over Spence, a fighter known for breaking down top opponents, showcased his power. Meanwhile, Mayweather's Philly shell defense and counterpunching mastery defined his brilliance.
Look at this Spence, unbelievable. To young boxing fans that are watching Floyd Mayweather, you're seeing one of the greatest defensive fighter of all time. I mean, that's how strong. You're wearing, then he's nowhere. You think you... And again, it's not just hand quick.
Crawford has solid defense, but Mayweather elevated it to near perfection. In a dream matchup, how would a prime Mayweather vs. Crawford play out? After a cautious first round, Crawford would likely start as the busier fighter, landing shots even if many are absorbed by Mayweather's defense. By the middle rounds, Mayweather's style would take over as he establishes his jab and begins banking key rounds.
The movement of the head, the way he rolls with punches. Look at the way he makes them miss. I mean, here we go. Do a series of punches and nothing really landed. Terrific fighter for Mayweather.
Crawford's pressure and power could test Mayweather, forcing tough moments. His volume and sharp punches might be enough to edge a points win over Mayweather's precision.
Crawford cares about his life, and with that fight, what do that fight do for Canelo? Fighting Crawford, and Crawford beats Canelo. What do that do for Canelo? I just think that there are so many other fights to make that's realistic. It makes sense, and less life risking on top of the risk that we risk stepping in there with guys out.
Boot time to take over and start beating the guys around him. He's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy.
Yeah, because a lot of people are saying like, hey, you know, forget about Canelo. That was a tough fight with Madrimov. Go ahead and give Boots a shot. You give Boots the chance. But Eddie's saying, hey, you know, I think Crawford's saying, hey, give me the Canelo fight or I'm not fighting. I'm done.
Why? What he got to prove to Boot? Boot time to take over and start beating the guys around him. He's the best of that group. Bud is in a group above him. Bud don't need to come back down to 47 to meet him. That's crazy. Why would he? Bud looking to try to make history and get out. Get his big bank and get out. His big bank is who? Canelo. He willing to take that gamble, see if he can beat him. If he beats him, he may go fight Benavidez next. If he don't beat him, he say, okay, I took it as high as I could go. I'm done.
Now you want me to do something. Canelo's not coming down to 60.
No. It's Crawford who wants it. He wants the chance to prove it. He's the best.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Right.
And and again, that's one of what's happening on a shakeup of the new world order, where you got fighters that's really 54 at best.
Crawford, I'm not sure about that because Crawford does have punching power and shock, but I think Canelo's a little big. He showed tonight that he's pretty big, so I probably would rather see Charlo fight Crawford first, and then see how that goes. If he does good against Charlo with the weight, then let's see him come up and fight Canelo. Yes, but not right now. I want to see him. I want to see Crawford come up with some weight classes and show he can be dominant at 54. You understand me?
That fight was done Crawford and.
Crawford won a pound best fighter.
To take on a Canelo who can actually fight a cruiserweight and maybe give a cruiserweight, especially at this moment, all the hell they can want. You can't hurt a guy like Canelo. And you don't have height and depth to be able to at least have something to work with. Then we're going to see another, what they say, boring fight, not say a smart fight.
Being that you're obviously, again, a pillar in Team Crawford, can you confirm? Are we going to see that fight? Has it been made official? Is it official?
It's on, baby. September 13, baby. Look forward to it. Crawford versus Canelo. Listen how I said it.
Hey, are we getting this confirmation here
Canelo.
first?
You understand?
You never know in boxing. I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there. So, it's possible. Why not?
I understand the money grab. I understand it's about the bag. Crawford ain't 26. Another major network is saying they packing their bags up. You're gonna see a lot of desperate moves jumping off. You're gonna see a lot of very unrealistic, unorthodox, crazy thinking, crazy guys.
You know, being that you obviously again appealing to Team Crawford, can you confirm? Are we gonna see that fight? Has it been made official? Is it official?
It's on, baby. September 13, baby. Look forward to it. Crawford versus Canelo.
Heard it.
Listen how I said it.
Hey, are we getting this
Crawford
confirmation here
Canelo.
first?
You understand? Yeah, it's confirmed. Man, what?
Say less.
Crawford versus Canelo, not the other way around. Team Crawford stand up, pound for pound, the best in the world. Soon to